just to reach the open ocean. Once he gets there, he'll dive into water so cold it could knock out most creatures, all for the sake of bringing back some pre-cute fish for you. Meanwhile, you're stuck here, doing your best impression of a fluffy snowball in a never-ending blizzard. Thankfully, you're not completely alone. You've got your fellow chick buddies to keep you company. Sure, they're just as clueless as you, but at least you can huddle together for warmth. A few weeks in, you realize the huddle isn't just about staying warm. It's about survival. Stray too far, and you'll quickly learn that skuas, those giant, menacing seabirds, have a taste for baby penguins. Let's just say, you're not keen on becoming lunch, so you waddle awkwardly to stay close. Inside the huddle, things are manageable. It's warm, sure, but also cramped, noisy, and smells like a penguin convention after a questionable seafood buffet. The adults take turns rotating so everyone gets a chance in the warm center. Sounds nice, until you realize that's also the prime spot for getting pooped on. A small price to pay for not freezing solid, I guess. Just when you think you can't handle another minute of shivering, Dad finally returns. And guess what? He's brought food. Granted, it's partially digested fish that he spits directly into your beak, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. You gulp it down like it's a 5-star feast, because let's be honest, you're starving. Of course, just as you start feeling full, Dad's off again to fetch more. And so, the cycle continues, waiting, eating, and trying not to turn into a penguin popsicle. Over time, you start to grow, your fluff thickens, and your waddle gets less clumsy. But the storms are still ruthless. One wrong gust of wind and you'll go sliding across the ice like a hockey puck. Fun for onlookers, not so much for you. Now that you're a few weeks old, it's time to master balance, or at least try walking without immediately face planting. Ice isn't exactly beginner friendly when your feet are way too big for your body. But hey, you're a penguin. Awkward waddling is kind of your thing. The cold is still brutal, but you're adapting. This is your life now. Endless snow, biting winds, and absolutely zero chance of a tropical getaway. But at least you're learning to move without tumbling every few steps. Small victories. By summer, it's time to take the plunge, literally. You're leaving the colony and heading for the ocean for the first time. This is it. Your big moment. A chance to prove you've got what it takes to survive. But the second you hit the water, reality smacks you in the face. It's freezing. Brain-numbingly cold. And as if that wasn't bad enough, leopard seals are lurking beneath the surface, just waiting to turn you into a snack. The good news? You're a natural swimmer. Those flippers that made walking a nightmare now turn you into a sleek, speedy torpedo underwater. The bad news? Leopard seals are even faster. Out here, it's eat or be eaten, and you have no intention of becoming lunch. After months of dodging predators and chasing fish, you're starting to feel like you've got this whole penguin thing figured out. Well, sort of. You're no longer the clueless fluffball you once were, but you're not exactly a seasoned pro either. You're in that awkward teenage phase, just big enough to fend for yourself, but still dumb enough to make some bad choices. Life at sea isn't exactly peaceful. Sure, you have freedom now, but it comes with a catch. You're completely on your own. Your days are spent hunting fish, which sounds fun until you realize they don't just wait around for you. You have to dive, chase, and sometimes miss, while always watching your back. And speaking of predators, guess who's still around? That's right, leopard seals. Bigger, faster, sneakier than ever, and definitely not looking for a friendly chat. The moment you see one, there's only one move. Run, or rather, swim for your life. Then there's the plastic. It drifts through the ocean like an underwater junkyard. A plastic bag floats by, and for a second, it looks like food. Shiny, wiggling, tempting. But something deep in your penguin instincts tells you to stay away. Good call. One bite of that stuff and it could stick in your stomach for the rest of your life. Survival is hard enough without humans making it worse. Loneliness? Yeah, that's part of it too. You spend months swimming solo, only occasionally running into other young penguins. And when you do, it's not exactly a heartwarming reunion. Everyone's too busy hunting or dodging predators to stop and chat. But hey, you're still alive, out here. That's an achievement all on its own. After years of the solo ocean life, something inside you says it's time to return. Maybe it's instinct, or maybe you're just tired of dodging predators alone. Either way, you're heading back to the colony. And oh boy, it's just as loud and chaotic as you remember. But this time, you're not here to shiver and beg for food. You're here to find a mate. Easy, right? Wrong. The place is packed with penguins, all trying to impress each other with their waddles and calls. If you want a partner, you'd better bring your A game. The stakes? A lifetime of raising chicks, sharing body heat, and regurgitating fish for someone else. Romantic. Eventually, you find a match. Someone who tolerates your awkwardness and agrees to pair up. Together, you take on the next big challenge, raising a chick. Your first job? Guarding the egg. That means standing in place for weeks, keeping it warm, and trying not to lose your mind. You think back to your dad doing the same thing years ago, and finally understand why he always looked so exhausted. As an adult emperor penguin, you've reached the top of the Antarctic food chain. Sounds impressive, until you realize that just means you're less likely to get eaten than most things. You've seen it all: storms, predators, hunger, and somehow you've survived. But don't get too comfortable. Time has a way of catching up. Your once powerful flippers feel heavier. Hunting takes more effort. The cold bites harder, and even your trusty waddle isn't as steady. One day, as you dive for fish, you spot a leopard seal. You've been through this before, but this time, something feels different. You're just a little too slow. Maybe you make it out. Maybe you don't. But one thing is clear. You're not invincible anymore. Life as an emperor penguin doesn't end with a dramatic showdown. Most don't go out in some epic battle with a predator. They just get old, slow, and tired. One day, the ice or the ocean takes them back, and the cycle begins again.